Let's get to some headlines here, everybody. Brought to us by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy a truck at a car store? Palmetto.
We know trucks. Gotta tell you, Messi.
Messi saved the day yesterday. Saved
the day.
Saved the Pinks from a loss to the LA Galaxy.
Still undefeated.
Yep. Did not. He said, "I'm not gonna don't lose."
Don't lose.
And thanks to Messi, they did not.
Even the
1-1 draw.
Even the Heat look good.
What do you mean? Even the Heat look good? I told you that they've
no. I'm just saying, the Heat look good also.
Well, I mean, I would honestly say the Heat have looked better. Did you not see the domination they put on the Pelicans? The Pelicans
for the purpose of the weekend's activities. The weekend's games. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but I don't
this is why we quibble, Marcos. This is why we quibble.
I don't like how you said it.
I'm giving kudos to both the Heat and to the Pinks, and you come at me like I'm saying something wrong.
Nah, but it's like it's kind of just like, I was even surprised the Heat did good.
I did not say that.
That's kind of the tone.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. You keep talking like that, I'm gonna come over there and tone you up a couple of notches.
All right, whatever. You're not going anywhere today, dude. The next thing you're gonna do after this show today is bundle up in a Snuggie.
No, I'm not. I don't have the chills.
Oh, trust me, dude. There's
I'm
nothing
just
you
go. No, here's what helps. Jacuzzi helps. The heat. Expand your chest. Yeah,
I think that's bro science.
No, it's not.
Expand your chest.
When you're oh my god, dude. I told you I get this like once a year. I know the remedies for it. Heat, expand your chest, creates more room. Oh my goodness. What a buffoon. You're talking about bro science. You're the one.
Game Boy 305. He says, Leroy, that was kind of dismissive. Agreed.
What? I was just trying to throw it in there because we're talking about the Pinks.
We weren't really talking about the Pinks. We were doing headlines, and then you just threw it in there.
All right.
Very dismissively, like, yeah, it's Heat.
No, okay. Thank you. Oh my goodness. So now we're listening to Leroy. Now we're listening.
Meanwhile,
because before I have to repeat it because you didn't hear what I said.
Well,
I
heard how you said
every word.
I really was. It wasn't about what you said. It was how you said it.
Oh, okay.
I think we all look good today. Even Leroy looks good. See how that's weird?
Mm-hmm.
See how that's a little weird when I said it?
Yeah, exactly.
You see
First of all, that's a lie because Leroy he looked good.
Yeah, but like you didn't like the way that he said, but that kind of goes to his point though. Like you didn't like the way that he said that.
Why'd I have to say even Leroy looks good?
Interesting. You make a point.
Look at that.
You guys.
So the Miami Heat, they beat
10 minutes into the show. I hate you already.
The Heat
and you too, sidekick.
Why?
Because you're reminding him of the path that he needs to take.
The Heat beat the Pelicans on Friday. There was a brouhaha, a dust-up in the start of the fourth quarter.
Oh, boy.
It was a bit of a kerfuffle.
Wow.
Zion goes in. Zion steals the ball from Jimmy Butler, and he goes for a basket. Kevin Love wraps him up, but gently. Kevin Love is not
buckets. No free bucket mode.
No free bucket. Yeah,
it's like playoff mode where you
gave him a nice little hug. He gave him a nice little hug and put him down to the put Zion down. And one of their guys, Najee Marshall, did not like this, and so Jimmy was like, walking over, and he gives kind of Jimmy a shovey shove, and then Jimmy kind of gives him like a chest pat that reaches up barely into the throat. Larynx area, to which Najee Marshall then goes full throat grab on Jimmy, and all hell breaks loose. You have the call from this weekend, Marcos, with Jason Jackson.
Oh, now. Here we go. Jimmy and Robert and Marshall going at it. And Jimmy is not going to come off. And now no fists got thrown, so I don't think anybody's getting tossed out of this one. And here comes, now we got Alvarado and Thomas Bryant throwing hands. Now that's going to be something different.
Certainly was something different. The suspensions were handed down yesterday. Egregious suspensions handed down yesterday. First off, Thomas Bryant and Jose Alvarado each got 3 games.
Wow.
3 games.
Who threw the first punch?
You miss. It's the swinging of fist. right? It don't even listen. The intent to harm with fists looks bad on TV, right? Even if you miss, because most of the time they miss, right?
Of course.
So let's be clear. They are not suspending them for what they did. They're suspending them for what it looked like and their intent. But I could promise you that while everybody was swinging, nobody was trying to hit anybody.
Well, whatever happened with they felt that was 3 games worthy. I know when I was listening to some of Jason Jackson, he was like, "There's a fan behind us who's throwing stuff. Get that clown." Jason Jackson referred to him as a clown. Wow. I was like, whoa. Some guy in a CJ McCollum jersey, which doesn't really it doesn't say menacing, a CJ McCollum jersey. This man was starting up with the nonsense yesterday.
Doesn't he have a podcast where he's sipping wine?
That sounds very much like CJ McCollum.
Yeah.
That sounds like CJ McCollum.
Yeah.
Who didn't play in the second half, by the way. He had an ankle injury. But Jimmy Butler, he gets kicked out of the game.
Right.
They go and kicking and immediately ejected Jimmy Butler, Najee Marshall. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Well,
that was, I mean,
again, can I tell you here
for a little push and shove?
Nope. Here's the deal. Wait, here's the deal. If you watch it, you know Jimmy was just trying to keep him off. But once Najee responds and chokes at him, now you're looking at what Jimmy did totally different. And you're looking at it as, oh, he was trying to choke Najee. So you kick them both out.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
What kind of fair is that Jimmy Butler loses the fourth quarter to Najee Marshall?
It's ridiculous. But you're asking for an explanation, and I gave you one.
I don't like it.
Okay, that's fine. You don't have to like it.
What are you?
And most people who has the guy who has Jimmy Butler would not like it.
So Jimmy Butler leaves, and he's telling the Pelicans fans as he leaves. First of all, he had a giant smile on his face as he gets kicked out of the game. He then is like Hulk Hogan, cupping his ear to the crowd as he just trolls them as he leaves. And then he's just pointing to all of the crowd and just going, "You're lucky. You're lucky that I'm leaving this fourth quarter. You're lucky." You could see him say it. You're lucky. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, the Heat,
Goosies,
they take over. Bam Adebayo just eviscerates the Pelicans by himself in the fourth quarter. Him and Duncan Robinson, who was pulling up from Bourbon Street, hitting threes.
And did it with a dunk, too.
Hey, it's pretty amazing. Because when Dunks goes heat check, don't nobody say nothing.
No.
Nothing.
Blocked Zion.
Yeah. They just took over that tandem of Dunks and Bam. Killed him. And Zion Williamson, when he tried to get that bucket on Bam, and Bam just walled in front of him and went, beep, beep. Yeah. Blocked it. That was Goosies right there. That was good. Yeah. That was depoy stuff right there. So Bam just takes over. He eviscerates the Pelicans. So now we just have to await word. All right. They travel to the West Coast. They got the Kings tonight. They go have a little wine tasting as a team, have a nice, some say this will bring the Heat even closer together. They go up. They go smash grapes together.
I just tell you, hey, let me ask you a question, Tobes.
Yes.
In all of our excursions, right?
Yeah.
Would you have ever considered us sipping on wine a bonding session?
Of course. No, we had daiquiris together.
Oh, that's
okay. Daiquiris followed by 17 shots. Dude, stop.
If you and I were wine connoisseurs, I am no sommelier.
But I'm just saying. Hey, wine ain't gonna have your ass shadow boxing in Vegas.
I do like a red every now and then.
No, you don't.
I do.
That's called Ripple, dude.
I swear. I'll you put this big schnoz inside a glass rim. You're like, Okie.
This Cabernet has legs.
Hey, dude, we need a visual of you being fancy over some wine. Because
I'll go get some wine downstairs today.
That is the dartboard.
That don't count. That's what we should do. Sommelier.
Yeah.
So you gotta serve everybody wine, and you bring a charcuterie board.
Yeah.
And pass it around, and then you have to explain the wine and the cheeses.
I've never done a wine tasting. I've done a shine tasting.
Oh,
moonshine.
Of course.
Oh, good.
Of course.
That is good.
And that's right up J Fig's alley too.
A shine
sipping.
So the law is laid down by the NBA yesterday, and they suspend Jimmy Butler an extra game. What? I was like, what?
So they gave him 2 games? Or
they kicked him out in the fourth quarter. Then they come back, and it started their press release because they're show ponies, right? And they say Jimmy Butler suspended for a game. Then they also suspend Thomas Bryant for 3 games. And the worst of them all, a sweet little Yovi. Nikola Jovic gets suspended.
What did he get a game for?
The hell
leaving the bench area.
Okay.
This man is a menace. 2nd suspension in 2 years for the same thing.
Really?
Yup.
Will somebody please tell him to stay your ass on the bench?
Now, some may look at this because there were some Twitter snitches out there. If you really look at it, the Heat got off lenient because they could have suspended Bam and Tyler and Caleb all for bench leaving interactions. So was this a sacrificial saying to the Heat, you need to lose 1? And so they picked the rookie.
Okay.
Some are saying
wait,
like a plea deal.
Wait. Marcos.
Yeah.
You know what Tobin just said?
What?
The NBA called down and said these streets need a body.
Streets need a body.
Need a body.
Hey, streets need a body, sir. I
apologize. Hey, I don't care who it is. He said, I'm gonna call you back in an hour. I'm gonna call you back in an hour, and I want you to sacrifice somebody.
Joe Dumars calls up Eric Spoelstra and he goes, look, I got 5 of you guys off the bench.
Give me 1.
You got to give me 1.
Yeah.
All right. He says, Bryant, that's an obvious one. All right. He's gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do, Spo? You want to suspend half your team for 2 games? We'll do 3 on one night, 3 on the other. Or you give me a big fish. You give me Jimmy for the game. All right. We make it look real good.
So they're negotiating the terms of the penalty, right?
And Jimmy's like, well, I would love first night of a back-to-back.
See, right.
So they go and they come together, and it's like Jimmy gets a game, Thomas Bryant gets 3. Spo's trying to negotiate.
Listen, here's the deal: you can't throw haymakers, whether you hit them or not. The 2 guys swinging in the middle of the floor, they were going to get more than everybody else.
Eric Spoelstra's like talking to Joe Dumars. He goes, "What about Thomas Bryant? You really lay down the law on him. 10-game suspension for Thomas Bryant." He goes, "Who do you think you're fooling, Spo?
All right.
Who do you think you're fooling, Spo?
He don't play anyway.
Come on, Spo.
Hasn't played in 10 games.
He just wanted action. He's like, please."
So you sitting there on the phone negotiating the terms.
Yep.
Usually you can't negotiate terms of street need a body, right?
That's what I don't know.
Because Yovi's probably going, what did I do?
Jovic was he was in there though. He's there. We'll hear a little bit from him. We got some cuts from Yovi defending himself, but Jimmy Butler gets on Instagram because he doesn't take anything seriously.
Right.
And he gets on Instagram yesterday and he posts this, which is, just breathtaking. It is him and Nikola Jovic as bad boys.
Wow.
And the greatest thing about this is first is the location, which is Miami-Dade County Jail.
Why is that even a location?
And here's the worst part. He blames it on Nico.
He goes, it was all Jovic's fault.
Wait, he's like,
it was all Jovic's fault. To which Jovic comes back, and Jovic is declaring from Jimmy Butler that he wants his fine paid by Jimmy Butler.
Oh,
that's totally fair.
Oh yeah. I tell you,
Bad Boys 4 filming in Miami this weekend.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
It's called Bad Boys 3.
This one?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought they're on 5.
Hey.
No, they're on 4.
He has a
because
point.
They went 1, 2, Bad Boys for Life, and now this one.
Yeah.
Why is this one called 3? Because the last one
this one's 3?
Yeah, because the last one was Bad Boys for Life.
I thought it was 1, 2, 3. Bad Boys for Life was 4. I thought it was a play. I thought this was the 5th one.
Same, but they are.
Then why is this Bad Boys 3?
You might be right. I'm just asking. I thought they were already past 3.
Okay, that was my big. No, they're definitely past 3. It's either 4 or 5.
Which was the one where Shannon Briggs got shot at by them?
That's 2.
That's 2?
Or it might even be 1. The first.
No, I think it was 2. I think you're right. I think it was 2.
And then the third one was with was that Joe? Wasn't Joe Pesci in one? Or was that I know the fourth one was when they had to go and he had a son. That was
Is Gabrielle Union still in Bad Boys? She
was in the second and third one.
So she's part of the series.
She's in the FBI.
Or did she leave? Did she leave one?
She's in the FBI. She was dating. Well, now Will Smith is with the other girl. So in the movie. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but we all
know it ain't 3 or 4.
The third one, the third movie in the franchise, Bad Boys for Life, which I thought was
that's what I thought. I thought that was already
right. So this is right. This is the fourth one.
That's just Bad Boys 3.
You can't do that.
This is the fourth one. But this was named Bad Boys 3 because they didn't put a number on the last one.
And but they're shooting in Fort Lauderdale, aren't they?
Yes.
I did see some shots.
My wife said, hey, Fort Lauderdale traffic's terrible. They're filming Bad Boys 3. I'm like, it can't be 3. We're on the 4th one.
Bad Boys.
I'm just saying what they said on the news. I'm like, that's the 4th movie.
Bad Boys 3. Bad Boys try and take out the Bills fans at the elbow room.
That's good. I'd watch that. That's good.
All right, we'll hear some more of the fallout from the suspension. We'll hear from Nikola Jovic.
Sounds like there's too much fallout. They're all it's all bleeps and grins.
No, well, they're having fun, but like the comments yesterday, they're not happy about this. So they got a big game tonight against the Kings, and the Kings win yesterday. So we gotta, we have enough, but they're not happy about this. So we'll hear more from the Heat coming on up back after this. Miami Heat back in action tonight against the Sacramento Kings. 10 o'clock is your tip off. Late night with the Heat. Late night with the Heat.
No, you might get.
Oh, maybe.
I tried. You might get a quart out of me.
Could see Terry Rozier return tonight. Apparently looked really good at practice. He's questionable for tonight.
When they say that, it's like another game.
I don't know.
Because they caught
it is a back-to-back.
With so many guys out, too.
Right. So now you play him tonight, you sit him tomorrow with Jimmy back.
I think it's more important that he plays with Jimmy.
What?
I think it's more important that if he does come back with Jimmy comes back, so they play tomorrow.
Okay. Why?
Why? Because you're not quite sure if he can make it back-to-backs coming off the injury.
But wouldn't you just have him play and then you get Jimmy tomorrow and then everybody's back on Thursday against the Nuggets?
Yeah, but dude, you've seen this. You know the Heat. Mm-hmm. They don't bring a guy back from injury on the first night of a back-to-back.
I know, but they don't normally have a situation where they're going to have a reinforcement game.
I'm just going with what they normally do. They'll bring him back on the second night.
Well, the Heat, they'll take on the Kings tonight, 10 o'clock. Jimmy Butler suspended. Nikola Jovic suspended.
Never been suspended.
Well, you're out of the pace, Nikola Jovic.
I've only had one 15-yard penalty in my life.
Nikola Jovic has now been suspended twice in 2 seasons. Last year, do you remember the brouhaha against it was against the Raptors where Caleb Martin, he speared Christian Coloco. On the he gave him a little double leg takedown, and Jovic was in the pile with everybody, and he was not playing at the time, so he got a suspension for a game. But Jovic, this is him yesterday at practice. He says, "I don't think I deserved a game."
Nico, was your expectation that you might have a game?
No.
No. I mean, thing that happened. I didn't want to step on the court. Me and TB were just inside making sure that nothing crazy happened, and then something crazy happened on the sideline, and I was the nearest one to be around TB, and he was surrounded by the other team, and I just couldn't let him down. I was there just trying to separate guys, and that's it.
There you go. He was just.
Yeah, you can't hear. It's a tough spot for this reason. You can't leave your guy there in the middle of the other team.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So somebody got to go over there and either pull your boy out or pull people off of your boy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's I think a lot of times when they come up with these suspensions and stuff like that, like they never considered that the result could be that one of my teammates get his ass kicked because nobody went over to help him. You see what I mean? They don't think of it like that. Whereas your teammates are thinking, let me go either help my boy, get my boy out of there before something bad happens.
Well, that was the thing though that I found with this whole thing. They were like talking about all the guys they could have suspended technically, and I guess they did a decent job. The NBA. The worst part is suspending Jimmy. I don't really understand that. He already got punished in that game for that incident. It's like double jeopardy for me.
Right. That's if you get kicked out of a game, don't it automatically come with a 1-game suspension?
I don't think so.
No, I'm not sure. I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, it comes with an automatic fine.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Bless you. But Nico was asked because he's a rule-breaking menace. This is 2 suspensions in 2 years. This is Nikola Jovic on not being able to stop getting kicked out of games.
Last year, though, against Toronto, you even told us it won't happen again. So it's like, did you think back to that?
Yeah, I told you I'm not going to step on the court that I didn't.
So now,
now
you know the rule is don't leave the bench.
Yeah, I mean, things happen, and of course, I'm not happy it happened. Just it shouldn't happen at all. And me and TB was not supposed to be there at all. And that's the first bad thing we did, and then the whole grapple happened. And things happen.
He called it a grapple.
I'm not happy it happened, and that's it.
He called it a grapple.
It was a bit of a grapple. There was a push and pull there from everybody.
But I'm just saying, like,
he did box him in.
The league is asking for something a little unrealistic, because when something like that happens and there's footage, you get into the meeting room the next day and they watching the film, and all your guys on your team are like, what the hell are you doing? Your guys over there, right? And that's the same thing in football. That's the same thing basketball, baseball, right? The guy, listen, it's a requirement whenever there's a kerfuffle for all the bullpen to run down. Now, by the time they get there, it could be messed up. But let me see a picture left in the bullpen. Like, it's a tough thing to navigate around. The league is trying cut and dry rules to fix it, but it's not a cut and dry thing, because you will get called out by your teammates. You will get called out by your coach if you just stand on the sideline and don't do nothing.
Schmieden wants to know, how did Mama Jovic take the news?
Wow, dude. She's probably crushed.
No.
Why? Because she doesn't want to see her son disciplined or get suspended?
No, because he didn't throw a punch.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Very soft, Nico.
Incorrect. I'm so proud of my Nico. You stand on business.
Oh, really?
You go there and, you're on no man's land with Thomas Bryant, who's not going to play. And so he could have been simple. Oh, it doesn't matter. He throw punches. I'm starter now. But he put people aside. And he decided, I'm going to get involved. I'm going to go right into the conflict.
What? Why Mama Jovic all of a sudden looking at big picture?
I'm so proud of my Nico. He's not soft like Sharman. He's true Serbian.
Good old grapple.
Oh, loves a grapple.
Wait, is that the first time grapple has been used in a basketball fight?
I think so. I think so.
It is by one of the youngest players.
Goes out there. His cousin Habib loves to grapple. I also made Nico play one-on-one versus Bear, just so he could get his post skills.
It's either dribble or die.
But I want to say something. Yemi, you better pay my Nico's fine, okay? I'm trying to teach him to balance checkbook, and this could be big blunder. I know you have more money than anybody on team. You could throw a couple extra bucks his way.
You think he's going to do it? I think he's going to do it.
That fine. Let's see. Jimmy's fine is like $500,000.
Jimmy's fine is like over 300.
No, wow. He gets 40.
I saw the final total because it's like he's like 260 a game plus his fine was like like 310.
Okay,
whereas Jimmy's fine.
Right.
I think Nico's was like 12 grand.
Oh, wow. Jimmy! Hey, Jimmy!
You see what I mean? What's a couple? What's dozen grand amongst friends? So, Miss Bryant, you pay his fine too. I love my TB. He's right there throwing down with my Nico.
How much is that? Probably.
I don't remember. I think his was more than Nikolaevich because he's got a minimum vet deal.
That's right.
So I think his was steeper. Plus it's 3 games. He gets 3 games.
So he probably got 55, 60 large.
That guy just wants some action, man. He did.
You think Jimmy Butler's paying for that too?
Nope.
No.
Not that one?
No.
Gotcha.
No.
Oh, Jimmy gonna look at him and say, man, you almost got me choked out.
A man who's always fine, doesn't pay fines, but he's always fine, in a fine mood. That's Bernie Kosar, Leroy.
That is right. Listen, it's chilly. You see, I got a little congestion in my chest. I had a nice hot cup of coffee this morning. Open up the chest, open it up. But guess what? Kosar coffee has vitamin D and resveratrol, which is nature's miracle antioxidant and anti-inflammatory. This combination is exclusive to only Kosar coffee and is a perfect way to start your own journey into a healthier life. You want some merch? Go to kosarcoffee.com. You can not only get some coffee, you can get some merch. And if you get some merch, you can get an exclusive discount. Just use code Leroy and help me find my voice. And as Bernie always says, you deserve to be healthy because you matter.